Hey y'all, welcome back to Mirror Expressions. Today is another lovely day, and we will be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 5. Before we get started, I want you all to drop down the comments, put a mirror down there if you have looked in the mirror today and you feel A1 with what you see looking back. And of course, if you don't, as always, I implore you to go and find different avenues to get to a healthier you. Yes, hunties. All right, y'all, let's get started. This episode was called Everything Will Be Okay. Okay. So it's day 3, right? And everybody's waking up. We see Stasha and Nate. They're out there having breakfast in the whirlpool. And Stasha, now she's saying that they didn't have sex or whatever. And y'all know we left off with them having that steamy shower scene, right? But she says they didn't have sex and during the shower or after. And that she has to have more of an emotional connection before she goes there, right? I don't know if I quite believe that, but hey, it is what it is. It's their business. We're just here for foolishness, right? So Lindy and Miguel are talking, and it's so funny that when Lindy was talking with Miguel's sister, right, one of the things she said that's a must for Miguel is to have effective communication. And just getting the dynamics, the interactions between Lindy and Miguel, I feel that Lindy is pretty good at communicating, right? But I don't get that same sense from Miguel. It's so funny that that's what he needs, but it's not really to really give, you know. And I'm not saying that he doesn't communicate at all. I just don't think that it's as effective as Lindy is. But anyway, so Lindy is talking about just her growing up Seventh Day Adventist, right? And how that kind of shows up in her life, you know. And one of the things she talked about was a rain before spring. And it's essentially like an expression that they use in terms of getting married or at least being engaged before the end of their schooling. Okay, so she shares with Miguel that she was engaged before, excuse me, y'all, and that she did have sex with her fiance, and that was who she lost her virginity to. And that, so for her, just because of her upbringing and the the weight or the pressure that the religion put on them as far as being sexually active with other people, she kind of still carries that. And so it's a very special thing for her to be involved with someone on that level, right? And Miguel, on the other hand, thinks having sex with someone is an expression of their attraction for that individual. And actually see both sides, you know. I just think for them, they have to kind of find a common ground, because definitely I do think, moreover, that both parties have to be comfortable with what's going on before they engage in a step like that. Because I also now do believe in soul ties. So, yeah. But anyways. So Stasha and Nate, they're out riding the ATVs, right? And Stasha is just over there. We see her struggling to put her hat on and her mouthpiece and just get up on the ATV. And the Shady Production, they just flash over to Nate. He'd already got his glasses, his helmet, his mask on. He just chilling on his ATV, snapping it up with the steps. They trying to help her out at all, you know. I was just like, oh my goodness. So, and that was one of the things that Sasha said she really wanted to just see if this was going to be a moment like that he was going to try to take care of her, protect her, make sure she was okay on the ATVs, or if he was going to kind of ride off and just leave her all by herself, right? Well, he didn't necessarily ride off, but because he was kind of pulling up the rear, but he would linger around, stay behind, because he's into that selfie and feeling himself and taking up the pictures and getting all those kind of all that kind of content for himself. And so he would ride. I mean, he would stay behind and leave her to just be alone. She was like, "Well, where is Nate at?" or whatever, right? So um after they got off the ATV, so they were talking, and Sasha kind of brings that up. She was just like, I really wanted you to enjoy more of the moment versus being so focused on trying to take pictures or being on the social media of it all. And baby, and Nate was looking around like he wasn't trying to hear nothing she was saying. Like, that was very awkward for me. It was awkward to watch, like, because he really did. He looked so uninterested. All right, Alexis and Justin. Ooh, child, that darn Justin. So they out riding horses on the beachfront, right? And they're all still being lovey-dovey, and that Justin, he is just head over heels with Alexis. It is screaming like, I'm not used to having this, and so I'm gonna try to relish in every bit of this and hang on to it at any cost. Um, yeah, that's all I got. That's kind of how he's coming across. So anyway, Alexa says that she knows that Justin loves her, even though he hadn't said it. She just kind of says that she gets that feeling that she knows it. So she also admits that emotions kind of scare her because just as quick as they make you feel safe and loved, that feeling can be flipped and they can make you angry or hurt. So that's kind of where she is. She is afraid to let her walls down. So to me, that she is definitely experienced some deep hurt. And I get that. I get that it can be a scary thing to make yourself vulnerable to another person and kind of essentially putting that in their hands as far as hoping that they won't let you down or there won't be any disappointment there. But we all know in life that those type of things comes, and so it's just kind of about how you resolve or get through them, or if you can, like, if that compatibility is there to be able to do those type of things. Meanwhile, Mitch and Kristen are out paddle boarding, and they seem like they're having fun or whatever. Right now, Mitch is just being okay. He's not being an itch bag. But he's been okay. Seems they, like I said, they seem to be having fun. And Kristen does express that she wishes things were moving along a little further than what they have been. And I'm just kind of thinking like she knows that Mitch is not really into her. Like, she can feel that. She knows that. And um she does mention, let me see. She does say that she just hopes that they continue to be themselves, and I hope that for her as well, because at the beginning, like the first few days when we saw it, just seeing like whatever he was saying, she was kind of just all in that agreement, like, yeah, yeah, I'm not this either. I can, and so I just hope that she doesn't, again, that she just continues to be herself. And I will say though, in this episode, she did surprise me. Like, I saw her kind of being that more firm and just making her needs known and expressing her wants and her desires. So I like that about Kristen in this episode. Anyway, we're back to wedding day with Morgan and Ben, because of course theirs was late. And we see them, they're taking their pictures, and they look like they're having fun or whatever. And at one point, she tells him not to touch her. And I was like, what? Did I just hear that right? So I had to push rewind. And sure enough, so I don't know if she was being real or serious, because at this point, we ain't really got a feel for like her personality, if she got that kind of dry sense of humor or something. But it was just, it gave me power for the cause, because I was like, what, what's all that about? You know what I'm saying? And if she was joking, I can get that, because sometimes I have that dry sense of humor too. And a lot of times, especially people outside of the ones that are close to me and knows me, they don't get my joke, or they may think I'm being serious about something when I'm not being serious. Like, even sometimes my friends do that. I have to be like, look, yeah, I was just being funny. It's not serious. I promise you it's not. So, but anyways, Miguel and Lindy are talking, and can I just insert that I think Lindy is so beautiful. They were outside sitting and eating dinner, I think it was, and I've already said that she's beautiful, but just the way that sunlight was hitting her skin, that baby was glowing. I was like, okay. But anyway, she asked Miguel about his upbringing, right? Because up until now, we hadn't seen him talk about it. The only thing we got was that his sister had said something about like their mother wasn't there, their dad wasn't the best, and so that they had a hard upbringing. Well, we learned a little more about when Miguel moved to Puerto Rico, and then that his mom has schizophrenia, and that was why she was kind of an absentee. She left. And he just talks about how when he was younger and even in his early adult years, how he used to blame her for that, but now that he's into neuroscience, he understands more and he's more sympathetic. And Lindy just really supporting him in him telling her that. Like, again, I like I said before, I really love how Lindy communicates her thoughts and her feelings, and so I think she did well in that moment with him, kind of opening up and being vulnerable, because I'm sure that was like a hard thing to talk about. So anyways, Lindy in turn, she talks about more about her parents, and so they just kind of I guess bonded over that, in that moment for them. Meanwhile, because now Mitch couldn't just Mitch for too long. He had to go on, be back to Ishbay. So meanwhile, we get Ishbay. He out to the side doing a little sneak call to the brother. Pling, pling. Hello. Hey, brother. I ain't really feeling her. I mean, basically, that's how the conversation is. He wants to go on and say, like, I see exactly why we were matched on paper. But physically, it just is not there. Y'all, when I heard that, because we done heard this before, right? I said, what in the Chris is really going on? What in the Chris is really going on? Because, oh, y'all, I'm just like, that darn itch bang. Anyways, so they go to dinner, right? And Kristen, she sits down, and right away she's just kind of upfront about her desires, and saying, she wishes that they were further along, and that that he would open up and show more attention or affection towards her. And I was just like, you go, girl, you go, make them knees known, boo. Oh, well, here go Ishbay. He pretty much goes on to tell her that he's not attracted to her. It's me, not you. Oh, that old BS. Like, don't nobody want to hear that ever. It's me, not you. Yeah, we know. It's you. So in her confessional, Kristen was like that she felt blindsided. And I'm thinking, like, Kristen, now you already knew that man was not feeling you. You know, you can't tell me Kristen did not know that. Because just even earlier, how she was just saying in her confessional that basically that she's not getting that attention from him that she wants to. Like, you know, like the signs are there. You already know. So anyway, I don't, in that moment I didn't get why she said she felt blindsided. So anyway, but basically she goes on to say that she's not going to try to convince him to be attracted to her. And I was just like, as you should, you know what I'm saying? Because if somebody's gonna be attracted to you, they're gonna be attracted to you. You shouldn't have to try to make someone be attracted to you, because in that instance it's not genuine. You know, even if, say, someone is not initially attracted to you and that attraction grows, you shouldn't be out here trying to do those things. Like, let those type of things happen organically. That's my thoughts. But you know what, again, mine, let me hear what you think. Okay, tell me your thoughts, put it in the comments. Anyway, but I was just like, honey, because you are beautiful, you're successful, and it'll be his loss, you know, if he doesn't ever come around, you know. And we all kind of see his personality, and to me, he ain't take what he can get. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been handed a present on a platter at this point, and decide not to do nothing with it. So anyway, Alexis and Justin are also having dinner, and Justin tells her that he loves her. Not only does he love her, that he's in love with her. Whew. Dear Justin. Dear Justin. Like, mm, I don't see it. I don't see it. Not to say that love at first sight cannot happen. Because he was saying he knew at the altar when he saw her. Um, Personally, just the logical side of me, I don't see that happening. Um, but I, I'm not gonna say never ever. But I definitely don't see it in this situation. But I want to hear from you guys. Like, what do you think? Do you think he really and truly loves this girl and is in love with her? Do you think love at first sight is a real thing? Like, I really want to know what y'all thoughts are. But anyways, so what he says is Alexis does nothing but laugh, y'all. And he was like, but it's true, I do. And she was like, bro, you don't have to say that. And I was just like, can just imagine how awkward that must have been for her, because I would have been truly feeling awkward too. I don't know how I would have responded. I don't, you know, I can't even imagine. Like, if somebody told me that after just knowing me for 3 days, I I would have been like, and I probably would have taken it as a red flag, to be honest. But anyway, so, but Lexus goes on and just talks about how hard it is for her to be vulnerable and to be open and show emotions again, and that it was just too much for her, right? And that she can't say it back. And I'm at least glad that she did express that, you know, um, like kind of some of that confusion around it, and that she just is not in a place to say it back. And so he cries, you know, he cries. Not like a whole dragon, ooh, like the ugly cry, but he does. He tears up or whatever, and basically just saying that he knows he loves her. Like I said, he knew it at the altar, and that it's okay if she doesn't say it back, because her actions say something different. And I'm thinking, like, okay, you know, again, it's just screaming to me that he's not used to someone giving him attention in that manner, and so is overwhelming him and causing such this big flood of good emotions. And I feel like that's probably what he is mistaken for love. And I really just don't think that's what it is. So, but anyway, I'm glad that she did express that she's not gonna say it just because he says it. And I don't like when you have that pressure from your significant other to say I love you just because they're saying it, because I feel like it should not be a chore, but something organic and pure in that moment. And so just saying it because someone else does, um, it takes away that genuineness for me. Um, and anyways, I just think Justin needs to slow down, pump his brakes just a little bit, because at this point it has not even been a full 72 hours. But anyway, just my 2 cents. So we're back at being in Morgan, and they're at their reception, right? They're intermingling with their each other's families, and the topic of children comes up for both of them, right? And basically, what I kind of glean for that is that he definitely wants some. She, on the other hand, is probably a maybe not, is what I kind of got from those conversations. Okay, Sasha and Nate, they're having their dinner, and she brings up how her mom told him that he had a bankruptcy. So he goes more into detail about that and explains it to Stasha about what happened. And so, she basically is like, well, where are you now? Is that going to affect us moving forward financially? He's just like, no, he's gotten it all resolved, and him moving to San Diego was San Francisco was kind of like the reset button that he needed. And so then she brings up the postmark, and he's basically like, oh, I was like, you don't trust your boy, and I'm thinking like, man, you better go on somewhere now. You ain't did what she did to get to where she's at. You know what I'm saying? But I think he was just playing when he said this. So I was like, whoosh. Because you had me a little worried that night. But he was just like, nah, he would go ahead and sign it because, you know, he basically understands that she has not established that trust in him up to that point, because listen, it's only been a few days at this point, right? So anyways, then she asked him about kids. And baby, then he took that whole glass of wine and he down there jumped before he said anything. I said, everybody's not here for it, not for the kids, not right away anyway. Because Sasha had the nerve to say, I hope now she wants to start having kids within a year. And Nate was just like, well, I was thinking more along the lines of at least 2 to 3, and Sasha was like, she didn't want to wait. She wanted to start right away. And only thing I gotta say to you, Sasha, like, don't rush it. Do not rush it. Slow down. Make sure y'all have established a great foundation, because when you have children with someone that you ultimately is not gonna be with, and y'all, especially if y'all don't have the best relationship, like to be able to even go for it in like a co-parenting style, it things can get crazy. It can get crazy. So, honey, don't rush. That's all I got to say. Don't rush it. Back over at the reception, Ben and Morgan are leaving. And this my thing. Like, why all the weddings could not be like short, simple, and sweet like this? We didn't get all the extra fluff from being in Morgan. And I know we didn't do it. We didn't get it because theirs was late. But at the same time, I felt like I missed nothing. I missed absolutely nothing. Like, all the weddings could have been like this. We should have saw them at the altar. We could have seen them. Look, we could have skipped the whole taking a picture part. Just seen them at their reception walking out. And boom, gone on to the honeymoon suite. And there would have been that on there. Would have been fine with me. So anyways, so that's where we are now. They're at the honeymoon suite, and they They're talking, they chit-chatting, and you know what I'm saying? Nothing particularly stands out right here with them. They kind of joke about the condoms in the bowl, and I'm thinking like they acting surprised, like why they do this? They gave us a bowl of condoms, like that's every season, and I know y'all have watched this show before, so nothing new, nothing surprising. I don't know why they was acting brand new in that moment. Back over at Kristen and Mitch. They're at the pool, they're chatting it up, they drinking and eating chocolate covered strawberries, right? And I'm not gonna lie, like I don't even remember much about this conversation right here because all I could think about was they finna be effed up. Them stomachs are toe up on the flow up. For them to be eating that sweets stuff along with what were they drinking? Tequila along with beer. I was like, oh hell no, like no ma'am and no sir. That was just it. Anyway, we're now day 4, and Lindy and Miguel they out taking a dip in the pool, and he says that they're not having sex, but uh, he does divulge that his needs are being taken care of though. I said, Lindy, let me find out. I ain't mad at you. Whatever you gonna do, you do you, boo. You do you. Do you. As long as y'all good about it, baby, I ain't mad at you, girl. So, anyways, oh, Miguel. On the other hand, you know, I think I think in this moment she again brings up, you know, how she's just not ready for that. Miguel though, baby, he like, nah, it's going down. So Miguel, like, I'm gonna give you a massage. You know, that's always the quick way. He might be thinking they be tricky. Let me give you a massage. Ah, okay. Cause you know he gonna end up straddling her. She gonna feel all that hardness pressed up against that booty. You know what I'm saying? Then having that body rub down, get relaxed. Then he started kissing all on. Come on now. Miguel knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly. He was like, nah, I'm getting something today. But anyways, back over at Ben and Morgan. Let me see. Do I even have anything much? Oh, so they finally make it to Mexico. They meet up with all the other couples, right? This is where we at now. So everybody is now in Mexico, right? And they immediately go off on like this couple's boat ride, right? And so on the boat we got Bid and Morgan sitting together along with Justin and Alexis, right? And so tell me why she has to tell Ben and Morgan about Justin being celibate. Like, girl, baby girl. Stop. Just stop it right now. Alexis, that is not for you to tell everybody. We all do not have to know that man's intimate detail. Like, some things are better kept between the two of y'all. Oh, it's like she had to let the people at the wedding reception know. She had to let the other couples know as soon as they all got together. And I guess as Ben and Morgan weren't privy to that conversation, she got to now fill them in. Like, girl, it's too much. Like, stop. You know? So then we see all the girls get together, right? And then the guys are together talking, right? And Stasha tells the other ladies that she changed her last name, or she plans to, because basically the last name she carries belongs to her dad, but she's never met her bio dad. She has no connections with him, and so it's nothing for her. That name means nothing for her, and so she's taking Nate's name, and that even if things don't work out, she probably will continue to carry his last name, right? Over on the other end, well, let me go ahead and say this. So let me see. Alexis also brings up, she's like, while my father was around, And it was kind of like she felt like she put her foot in her mouth because, like, Stasha just said she didn't have her day, and then for her to say, well, I did, like, basically, like, I got mine, you did, you know. And I know that's not how Alexis meant it, but, you know, sometimes things like that can be taken wrong, but I don't think Stasha took it in any manner as that Alexis was trying to be negative or try to put her down. I don't think she took it like that in any way, but Alexis was still remorseful, and they end up sharing a moment because Stasha started tearing up, and you know, so I can just imagine how that can be heavy for a person because, like Stasha said, it's like there's half of her, there's a part of her that she just does not know at all, and that even though her stepdad was present, she didn't have that kind of connection with him, you know. Okay, but on the other side where the men are talking, Justin tells them that he told Alexis, yeah, that he loved her. And I was just like, you know, again, I really wonder with the other guys. I think we got Nate saying, what did Nate say? That he's he's not in love. He's just impressed with his wife, and I feel more of Nate. Like I said, I think he's just all happy-go-lucky about this woman being into him like that. And so I kind of feel Nate on that. I feel Nate on that. So of course they all get into the sex talk, and nobody has consummated the marriage up to this point. None of the couples, at least that they are admitting to, right? But Nate said it's going down. It's going down in the boom boom room before we leave out this honeymoon, basically, is what he's saying. Before they make it back to the Cali, it's going down. So I was just like, okay, Stasha, she better watch out. She don't get that booty yet. But anyway, Kristen, you know how they go around in circles, just taking turns, letting everybody speak about their relationship up to this point. So they get to Kristen. She's probably, I think, the last one that hadn't said anything. And Kristen's just kind of like, I don't really want to put a damper on things. And Alexis like, yeah, I kind of feel the vibe. And so she was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not trying to hide it from you all, though. I just don't want to put a damper on the mood right now while it's really a couple's outing right now. And I kind of feel her for that because you can't get a vibe, because like if she told the ladies what was really going on, some of them might start eyeing Mitch, would, create kind of a tension between the groups. So I kind of get that when you're just out in the couple and you don't want to be that one couple that's causing an uneasy feeling amongst the group. But she did tell the girls, though, that when they all got together the following day, that she was going to get in the nitty-gritty, that she was going to go all in. So we really didn't get to see that as of yet. So the next day after the couple trip, though, well, the boat ride, we see Kristen and Mitch, and they just finished up getting like a couple's massage, and so they're talking. And we learned that apparently after they had chocolate covered strawberries with their tequila, that Mitch had got aroused, right? And that he had tried to do a little song with Kristen. And she shut it down, as she should. Like, how dare you tell me hours before that you're not attracted to me, but just because you done got you some liquid courage, want to try to get in my stuff? Oh, no, sirs. Where do we do that at? So I don't blame Kristen, not in the one bit. But anyways, and she basically just told him, like, things could have been different had you not had just told me that you were not attracted to me. That if they had gone down and you had expressed that to me, then things probably would have been different. And so, again, I see her. I see exactly where you are. Like, how dare you? And then to turn around and think you gonna get my goodies? or you gonna be listening at my speaker box with your headphones? I think not. So anyway, the episode ends with her basically telling him that if she has not gotten an I love you or had sex with him before decision day, then she will be saying no. And so, um, again, that was the end of the episode. So this one was it was okay. You know, I'm ready to see some things get popping off, you know, especially once they get back to the shared apartment. So I'm assuming next week we'll just see the rest of the honeymoon, and then see them moving into the shared apartment. So we're trucking along. But anyways, y'all make sure y'all drop down in those comments. Let's talk about things. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I pray for you, you pray for me. And what? Bye.